Yes, so welcome back to C8 Corvette tutorial in Solidworks, and then this part is going to be part 26. So let's just go over a few things that we did in the last tutorial. So we've been working on this surface here and this area here, and then we cut some surfaces out here and patched it up. But I realized that's not. I'm not very happy with this section here, so we will delete that and bring back the way it was. And then in this tutorial, we're going to um, bring this surface in here just a little bit, make a little ledge, and that ledge inside up here connecting to this line and coming up section. So, and then we're going to leave this surface here once we connect it up to this ledge. And then we're gonna get on to finishing the lower section of this windshield here, and then do the two side windshield and the B pillar and the C pillar. And then once we done these sections, then we do the top sections and the top top back part sections here. And once we have this top back part section here, it gives us a good reference points and lines where we can connect our ledge in this area. And then obviously once we have all this here created, or we might jump to the back of the car and then create the top section here. But yeah, I would suggest that creating top section here would be a lot better because it would give us some great references for the rest of the geometries that we have. Okay, so to do that, we need to close in, and that line here, it's going halfway through that body. So but first, let's jump to the feature tree here, and then we're going to make a sketch on the front plane here, and then press normal to profile. And then we're going to convert some edges here. Oh, actually, no. Actually, let's delete that section here. That's what I wanted to do. So let's delete this face here. Okay. And then let's find that trim. So let's trim 38, delete that. That's okay. Continue, ignore error. And then let's delete the sketch. And then we're going to delete trim 39 as well. Okay, and then we're just going to delete sketch 29. And now our future tree is clean. And then we got back to where we started last time, where we cut this section out. So we need that line because that's our join there, right? So now let's make a sketch on the front plane here. And then we're going to convert some edges here. So we're going to convert this edge here and this top edge there, and this edge here. Okay, and I'm gonna press OK for now, and I'm just gonna bring that down here like that and leave that as it is. I'm going to exit this sketch, and then what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to do an extend surface here. Okay, and then I'm going to choose a linear, uh, instead of same surface, because same surface would curve for us all kinds of ways, right? So let's do linear, and that will continue on all the way through. Press OK on that. Okay, and then just let's go normal to profile on this side here. And then we're going to do a projected curve, and we're going to choose sketch on face. So let's choose this whole sketch here. And then let's choose the faces that we want this to be sketched on, and it's going to be this extended surface face that we just created, and then also this face here. So press OK, and then we will bring back that sketch afterwards just to do some trimming as well. Okay, so also I'm going to jump in here to this joint area here, and I'm going to grab a 3D sketch, 3D spline, and I'm gonna go from I want to go from this point corner to this point corner here, and I want to make that line tangent. So press on that edge and the line and tangency. You probably already know this one. Press tangency, press OK, and exit the sketch. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're gonna jump into 3D sketch, and then we're going to follow this line to the end, right? So try to stay on that projected curvature. And then we're just gonna go here. Okay, there. Press escape, and then we're looking good. And then going to exit this sketch here. 3D sketch. It's not happy about that, obviously. So instead of a 3D sketch, let's try and convert that spline, that projection spline there. So let's go to 3D sketch here, convert entities, and convert this whole thing. All right, let's exit now if we still get that. No, we are good. So we have just learned something new here. Right. Okay, so let me see if it's still recording here. We are. All right. So second thing I want to do is first I want to do a surface fill in here. So let's go to surfaces and select a boundary surface. I want to get the 3D sketch and this edge here. And we don't need to add any tangency on that. Okay, so we got that surface. And we will cut this section out as well so we can open the door. All right, and then the second one, boundary surface, is going to be this edge here with this edge. Let's exit that. So let's go boundary surface, selection manager, select this line. and this line here, and we need to bring back that. Probably need to bring back that. Flip the connectors, and that looks good. And we are looking good here as well. All right, so we close that section off very nicely. So the second thing, the next thing we want to do is I want to bring back the sketch, so show, and I want to get to the side of this car here, right? And I want to trim away this section here. So let's go to trim section and select the sketch, and then we're going to remove this area. Okay, that's perfect, and we can hide the sketch now. All right, and then we have closed up our sections here very nicely, and we are connecting to that corner as well. Okay, so let's hide this spline here. Okay, and then can also make this straight with that one. So let's jump to the top plane here, and then let's do a sketch on the top plane. Sketch, and then let's grab a curvature spline, and then just about here, and let's pull this line into position to create our ledge. So that's good, and then let's jump to surface, trim surface, and get rid of this area here. Good. All right, so we have some floating surface behind this area, but we're gonna keep that. All right, so next section we want to create here, the next surface is, if we jump to the picture here, so our ledge comes all the way here, and then it curves up to this area here. So let's create that part. And then this part here already almost exists. So let's go after that one. So let's jump into the first display state here. And let's hide some lines here that we don't need anymore. Let's hide this one as well. Hide this construction line. And let's hide some of these points as well. And let's see if we can hide this one point here. Okay, good. And then we have some curvatures here that we want to hide. This one here, hide that. We don't need it anymore. And there's a few more up front, but we're just gonna leave that for now. Okay, so we want to determine these points here. So let's click on the front plane, on auto profile, and we're just going to drop a point on that section. So make a sketch on the front plane here. I grab that point and then drop it somewhere here. And then always we're gonna exit the sketch. And then we're gonna jump into 3D Sketch. We're gonna grab a center line, construction center line, and then let's choose to Y and Z with pressing the tab bar. And then I'll jump to the top plane on the profile. And then we're gonna drop our point somewhere here. Okay. And then exit the sketch. Okay. And then I want to grab a converted line onto this area here. All right, so I want to be on this edge. Press OK. And then exit the sketch. I want to make individual 3D sketches. And then let's get another 3D sketch here and spline. I'm gonna snip onto about here and to our point. I'm gonna pull this up to this point here. Press OK. And exit the sketch for a second. Okay, we're looking good. And let's see if we can delete this line here. That's not a good idea. So let's bring that back. So we're gonna bring it back with Control and Z. Control Z. Okay. So let's click on this line and edit the sketch. And just jump to the top view here. I'm going to give this line a nice profile. About that much from here. And then a little profile on this side. Here. And let's see if we can add a little tangency on this curvature. So let's choose this small section here. Hold Control and the line and press tangency. And then let's jump to the top here. And we're looking good on that. Okay, so exit the sketch. And let's hide this line, the construction line. Okay, and then so we want to come down from this section to this section here. So let's just check something here for quickly. All right. Okay, so let's jump into the 3D sketch and let's grab a spline. And let's just go from this point to this edge. So not this edge, we want to get on this edge because that's just an extra surface we have there. So let's click on this area here, remove the coincident relationship and pull the line until we grab that edge here. Okay, so make sure you are on this edge, not this edge there. Okay, let's see if we can hide this surface without doing anything. Well, let's say it's just the other time, right? So let's jump into the side view here quickly. And let's give this line a little bit of profile. Just a little bit from this side. And then let's give this line a little bit of profile from this side as well. I want to add a spline point on this here. Okay, and just click somewhere in the empty space and click back on that line. Control polygon, and our second control is right here. Right, so I want to give it something like that. We can also edit that afterwards as well. So jump into the side view here. Let's just make sure that we are on target with this surface. From this angle, let's jump to the top. This looks good. We are still looking good from the side. So let's jump to the side here. And then we are looking good from the side as well. Okay, good. And then let's jump into the second display state and see what surface we can get out of these curvatures here. All right, so let's try first a field surface. And if that's not going to do it, then we're going to add some 3D sketches. So let's choose these lines and this edge and this line here. And it created our surface here. It have a little bit of kinkiness in there. I'm not happy about, but let's have a look. So yeah, that's pretty ugly there. So let's delete that. And it's because it has a sharp curvature here. And let's see if we can do our field surface without any issue. So that's a lot better now. So it still has a little bit, right? So let's delete that. Okay, and let's hide that line there. And let's jump into 3D Sketch Spline, and then we're just gonna stay on this edge. And then we're gonna grab another one. And try not to get to that one. Try stay on this edge here. And let's do let's do another one on this spline as well. And then we'll hide this purple line here. Let's hide that. Okay, and then let's jump into surfaces, field surface, and then select this line. And then just select these lines as well. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. However, we can add tangency here. So edit feature. Or let's delete that surface. Delete the surface. And let's delete this one line here if we can. I deleted the whole thing, so Control Z to bring that back. Okay, so let's try hide it. It hides the whole thing, so bring them back. Okay, so we're just gonna leave it as it is because we're gonna have a cut here anyways to open the door. All right, so that basically this completes this area here. Let's see if we can hide this one surface here without hiding anything else. It will hide the whole thing. So Control Z to bring everything back, and then let's jump to the front plane here, and then normal to profile, and then we're gonna do a conversion here. So convert this whole section here, and then just normal to profile, and let's trim out this pieces here, and then let's grab a line. I'm gonna go from that line up to this line here. Let's just double check everything. So it looks good. Let's see if we can trim this section out here. All right, so let's jump to surfaces, trim. And then we're gonna choose the sketch. And let's try to, well, it won't do it. So let's try to do a forced one. Let's do a projection, and then we already have the line selected and this surface here. And that projected the surface there. So let's go now to delete face. And then select this face here. Good, and we got rid of the face. Good, all right. Right, so that will disappear eventually, that dark thing, hopefully. Jump into 3D Sketch here and exit 3D Sketch. Okay, so that made that shadow disappear there. Okay, good. So we made that legend and everything looks good, and we close these sections of here. We still have some here, some sections that we need to close up eventually, and we created these sections over here. So let's jump to surfaces here, knit surface. Let's knit some things together. Let's knit these together with these areas. And then let's do some more knitting here. So knit these two together. Knit this one and this one. The one surface, gap control. Okay, so I won't knit that together. Let's try to knit together something else. So this one with that one. Okay, so there probably some reason why we're unable to knit them together, but we will figure it out that later on. Anyways, I'm not going to mirror it over yet. So that looks good, this section. And let's have a look at the pictures here. Yeah, so let's get on to and let's create the side windows as well, and possibly the C pillar and the B pillar, right? So let's jump onto that one. So we have some standing up surfaces here that we can maybe trim back just to be straight. So let's jump into the top view. And the top section, sketch on that. And then let's get a spline. And let's get the spline from here to here. And let's give this door a nice profile. Here. Something like that. So I don't want to trim too much, just to make things nice and straight. Let's add a spline point somewhere here. Maybe here. And here as well. Let's click back on the line and bring up our control polygons. So now we can manipulate things a lot better. That looks good there. Trying to get those points. There you go. So that one there. That one there and cuts all the way through. Okay, and then let's jump to surfaces and trim surface. And then let's get these sections out. Okay, good. So now we have a nice straight surface to work with. Okay, so we still have a little bit here, so we should make that spline a bit longer. So let's get into this, edit that spline. Edit so normal to profile. And then let's bring that spline down there. And bring it a bit in. Looking good. And keep some of it here. And that looks good. Okay, we can possibly delete this coincident here. Come all the way down to this edge here. And just so that we are on the same curvature all the way around. And then press OK. And let's do a center line here. I want to mirror the sketch over to the other side so that we have it. So entity mirror is going to be this one, and then we're going to mirror it over there. Okay, so that's good. Exit the sketch. And then now we have a nice fluid cut all the way around. We still have that, so edit the feature. And let's click this section as well. Perfect. Okay, so now we are nice and straight all the way through. Okay, good. All right, so now let's jump over to our first display state. And then we're going to determine the first curvature here. So click on the front plane and make a sketch on it. And then we're just gonna come to about, let's have a look at the picture here. Okay, and we can cut that out, right? Right, so we're just gonna come to about this far here. Let's grab the spline and then let's come from all the way down here. Maybe we go a bit farther down here. And then let's follow that. Let's follow this curvature here. Okay. And click on this line to get that straight. So control polygons. And a little bit sharpness here. Not so much. And then we're gonna work on this curvature. I wanna make this a really good curvature up to there. And then we're looking good here. Bring it up here. So we wanna make sure that we somewhat perpendicular to this window here, and then exit the sketch. Okay, and then we're gonna make another sketch on the top plane. And then so sketch, hold on, let's exit. So I wanna make a sketch on this plane here, and then just obviously the area we want to get is this area here. So we're going to grab that spline here. And then we're gonna come from this edge here. And they're gonna be somewhat perpendicular to that. We see pillar come to this far. Okay, now let's drop that control polygon onto this line here. Okay, so that looks good. And then I'll exit the sketch. And then you already know what to do here. So we're gonna do a sketch on sketch. The projected curve sketch on sketch. So let's choose this sketch here and then the other sketch here. All right. So that creates our first curvature all the way on through here. Let's just double check. And that goes to about this section here. It's not going all the way down. It's not going all the way down, but you don't have to. Or maybe we can bring it all the way down just a little bit more. And to do that, you're just going to edit one of the sketches here. And that's going to be this lower sketch here. So edit that sketch. And it's going to delete this coincidence here. And then we're going to bring this line out a little bit more. Give this a little bit of curvature. Also exit this sketch. and that should solve all problems. And then normal to profile here, front plane. And now it's going down as far as we want this to go down. Okay. So the next sketch is obviously going to be a 3D, the 3D sketch. Let's have a look at this picture for a second. So the window falls in a little bit. But we can work with that afterwards. But for now, I'm going to grab a 3D sketch with a spline. I'm just going to click here, and I want to click on this edge. Okay. And then just normal to profile. And I'm going to pull this out to here till the end, and then up to this point here. And let's jump to the top. And then we almost looking good from the top. And now just a matter of giving this curvature a little bit of profile. So jump over to the second display state. And then we're going to give this curvature a little bit of profile here. About that much. Okay, so exit the sketch. All right, and then of course, what we're going to do is gonna grab another 3D sketch. 3D sketch, which is going to be a 3D spline. And we want to come from this point to about here. Okay, so let's jump to the side view. And then we want to be somewhere down here on this area. And then we're just gonna try to be perpendicular to that body. Okay, and then let's jump to the top. And then we're gonna be kind of close to the edge, and also have our profile created this way. So let's jump to the side view here again. And then it looks good from here. Okay, that looks good. And exit the sketch. And let's try and do our fill surface with this line and this line and this line here. And it's generated a surface there, so press OK. And then, of course, we will fix up these areas as well. So let's hide this curve here, because we don't need that. And our window almost look good. But one more thing I want to do is add a constraint curve somewhere in the middle. So bring that back and bring back the curve that we had. So that was this curve here. So bring that back, show. And then now let's delete this surface. And then let's jump into 3D sketch and grab that 3D spline. I want to add the 3D spline from here, here. And I want to give this a little bit of profile as well. something like that. Exit the sketch. And let's see what kind of surface we can get this time. So jump to surfaces, fill surface, select the lines. And for constraint curve, let's select this line here. Okay, so that looks a lot better. Perfect. I'm pretty happy with that window. Maybe there's it has a little bit of more of a curvature, but we can take down from that. You can take down from that, but I like the way as it is here. All right, so let's mirror these windows over to the other side, and let's mirror all the side bits over to the other side here. Let me see how much time we have left. So jump to features, mirror, and then let's get the front plane here, and then bodies to mirror. And press OK. Other side of that triangle. And let's hide this line here. And then let's come in here and let's hide this blue glass for now. And let's mirror over the other window as well. The front plane, the bodies to mirror, and this mirror. This window actually. Okay. And then let's see how much time we have. We still have a little bit. So one more thing we can do is close these sections off in here. All the way from here to here and then here. But yes, so we're going to leave that to the next tutorial along with the C pillar and the B pillar. And then see you back in that next tutorial. So if you're just tuning into my channel, please subscribe. I'm not asking you to share it. You can, that would be great. I would highly appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. All right, and thank you very much.